I think the first initial love you have, you know, oh, you like him and you're physically attracted to him, or the way he talks, or the way he walks, or the way he looks. But the longer you're married, you appreciate the values that he has. And he always wanted to take care of me, and he's always put me first. And we know each other so well now, we can finish each other's sentences.
What you call a relationship, and maybe what we call a relationship, is two different things. And but you probably think some guys see their girlfriend every night, or talk to her every day, night and day, for 6 weeks, and think it's, you know, it's fantastic. They don't even know each other.
A lot of people today use the email and Facebook to communicate with their friends, and they depend on that more than they should. I think they need to have back and forth with each other. Face-to-face communications is very important.
They're doing all this texting and all these FaceTimes and all these computers and everything. We don't understand that, but we see that takes a lot of time away from a basic courtship, being with one another and understanding one another.
A lot of people, and I was like this before, you went into a relationship, but your life before that was all about me, and you were really independent, and then you enter this relationship and you don't realize you have to change, because now it's not me, it's we. I think a lot of couples are caught up in the emotional part of being in love, and it looks all rosy, but marriage is hard work.
You know, life is easy and it's a party when you're your age. When you're my age, it's not such a party. And people have a tendency to forget that. I think it's too much is predicated around sex, and it's not going to be there forever.
No, in the beginning it's, you know,
it's all hype.
Yeah.
And it's great, and it's wonderful and all that, and everybody enjoy it. It go along with the program, but you have to find the common denominator between the two of you, so that when you get older, sex is not going to keep you together.
No, you still have a bond with each other.
You still have to have a bond with each other and a love and a relationship, and you have to be prepared to live that way.
Don't try to fulfill yourself in your mate. Don't let your mate be your fulfillment. You've got to be happy with yourself. You've got to know yourself. You've got to love yourself before you can love your mate. Your mate cannot be everything, end all, be all. It's not humanly possible. And I think sometimes maybe, you know, people do expect their mate to fill all their needs, and they can't.
In some relationships, it's what can he or what can she do for me? That's not the program. It's what can we do for each other.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes little fights will start between a couple, and after the day's over, you forgot what started the argument, because now you've moved on to other things that you've thrown in there. So sometimes you just have to put the brakes on it and say, hey, wait a minute.
Don't go to bed mad. You might be mad, but don't go to bed and say you're mad. Go to bed and say, I love you. See you in the morning.
We never really get angry or upset with one another because we know we can talk. And that's 90% of the battle. People don't want to talk it out.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to forgive. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, is another thing, you know.
That is.
She did this or he did that, blah, 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 blah. Forgiveness, follow the Bible. It's that simple.
Back when we got married, you got married and stayed married. Divorce wasn't quite as easy or quite an okay thing. Like today, it's an okay thing. But divorce wasn't so much of an okay thing. So when we got married, I mean, we made that commitment. We were going to be married till death do us part. I've wanted to kill him a couple of times, but I've never wanted to divorce him.
I was in one relationship, and it really wasn't a good relationship. At the end, the guy told me some things about myself that I didn't really want to hear, but those things helped me in the past. So even if you're in a lot of bad relationships, they're shaping you into a better person, so the next time you won't make the same mistakes.
Don't think anything's ever 50-50 or fair.
Yeah.
Nothing in life I've found is fair, so don't worry about being fair.
work
Just
it
be
out.
right.
Well, that'll be it.
You really have to care for your partner. It has to be the three of you, her, and God, all in the mix. And it's not all about me. It's mostly about her.
But I do believe there is that basic, or there's a foundation when both couples know the Lord. There's something about knowing Jesus that bonds you together.
And when you go into a relationship and you're in love and you're committed, it just has to be a mindset that this is forever. And you have to work at what will make it stronger and bonding and lasting and loving and happy, caring about each other forever.
Especially marriage and love is a lifelong commitment, and it's a building relationship. And your love changes as you get older, and there's so many more things involved, not just your the short time that you may have known one another. But over time, it just gets stronger. It doesn't get more passionate, but it gets stronger.
It's hard to explain. It just grows. It just has grown, you know, deeper, wider, like the love of Jesus.
As long as you respect the person you're with and really, really appreciate them, it's easy then.
Don't be afraid to say I love you. Women particularly love to hear that, but a man does too. And when somebody does a favor for you, thank them. We all like a little attention, and that's what you're giving. Just a little attention.
And a little kiss.
Mm-hmm.
We still do that.
Yeah.
This is silly, but last Valentine's Day, we were walking. We walk every morning unless it's pouring down rain. And we were holding hands. We often hold hands. It wasn't because it was Valentine's Day. And a neighbor drove up and stopped, rolled down the window and said, "That's really cute, you two holding hands on Valentine's Day." And I said, "Yeah, and I plan to hold her hands again next Valentine's Day."
You're so lovely, never ever change. Keep that breakfast charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight.